Hello and welcome to the second instalment of the Adelaide Hills Holistic Network Member Series interviews. My name is Vanessa. I'm the founder of the network and also Adelaide Hills Holistic Counselling and Supervision. And today I have the pleasure of sitting with Susan Robin-Gadd, who is going to tell us all about her modalities. Thank you so much for joining me here today so that we can learn all about, now let me make sure that I get this right, Quantum Healing Hypnotism Technique.
That's right. So I was actually quite scared of the word hypnotism, but then when I researched more what it was about and eventually learned, I realised the hypnotism was more an aspect of taking people into a relaxed, deeper state and taking them into a relaxation, which often we do with meditation anyway.
Yeah.
So it wasn't as scary and woo-woo as what I thought it might be.
Yeah, okay. Do you have people asking when they come to see you know, are you going to make me cluck like a chicken and all of those things that you see on TV?
I have been asked, something like that, and it's like, I'm totally respectful and I'd never even touch on anything like that.
Yeah.
And it's all, the person who is with me, they're actually in charge of the situation and what they're doing, and it's about connecting with their higher self and bringing through higher energies and information and wisdom, and it's nothing about manipulating people in any way.
Yeah. Susan, tell us a bit about you and how you came to get into this unique field.
A friend told me about her experiencing Quantum Healing Hypnotism Technique, which is derived from Delores Cannon. In her hypnotism, people started remembering and coming through with past life things.
Yeah.
And so she actually pursued relentlessly to actually get evidence of someone remembering something which might have happened in England in the 1920s or something like that, to actually link the evidence of this actually having happened. And also the fact that the person had no inclination, no kind of information from that specific information as to that person, who they said they were, and so on. It's fascinating, it's amazing. And she's written nearly 20 books on all of this too, Delores Cannon. So it's really worth reading her books. How I came upon this was a friend told me how fantastic and expansive and amazing it was, because it covers so many levels. It covers like current life, talking about your current life patterning and situations and unravelling it. And then it works on remembering, and it might be remembering in this life or it might be remembering in other past lives, depending on what you need. And then it's about bringing your higher self through, or any other, energies you believe in, whether it's God or Source or the universal energies, bringing in these higher energies to come through you for your best higher self, and doing a healing even, and getting information. You can come in with these questions like, why did this happen in my life? Why is this pattern happening? Even like about animals or pets or family members. And your higher self can give you this information, and it's just like amazing. And the fantastic thing about it is that you're not actually being told by me. I'm not channeling this information through, you are.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm recording it, and I'm merely being the guide. So often with what comes through in the Quantum Healing Hypnotism Technique is what someone's purpose in this lifetime is, and what their learning is, and what it's been in that past lifetime, which might come through too.
So Susan, walk us through a typical session with you. What does it look like?
Generally we meet in the morning and we put aside, 4 to 6 hours for that session, for that time. And for the first 2 hours, we'll actually just talk about your life.
Mm-hmm.
Which is really cathartic in, as you know, as a counsellor, in just unwinding things and looking at a few patterns and levels and layers. So, and family dynamics, and so just getting a feel. And people come in with an intention of, like, I've got these, it might be a healing issue, or it might be some pattern or some trauma which keeps happening in their life, or why do my relationships keep breaking up? You know, there's some kind of pattern and which might drive people to go, or they might just be curious in exploring past lives and you know, getting more depth and meaning and for this current life. So the healing starts from just talking and unraveling and opening up, and it's a building of trust as well. So letting out what they feel is happening in their lives, or and then identifying patterns, and it might even be ancestral patterns too, which starts unraveling too. It's like, and that's when I get thinking there's a point of origin somewhere which needs clearing, and a seed moment, so to stop this patterning, because if you can clear this seed moment patterning from the point of origin, that's going to clear your ancestors, it's going to clear you, and it's going to clear your children and anyone after. So if you can actually clear that seed moment, that's just amazing. Often the person has come in with questions. What happened at this time? Why have I got a memory blank about this moment in my life? Or why did this traumatic accident happen? So that might be certain burning questions they have, or we might have worked out some questions they'd like to ask. You know, why do I keep having this knee problem? Or something like that, to ask their higher self and the divine energies. And then we get the answers, and we might get the reasons, or there might even be a point of origin which we can clear, you know, and heal for that. And then they do it, and so they might, through the journey of this relaxation, we might be healing aspects of it. So having my healing experience is really good, where I can actually guide, well, can you actually heal and clear that right now, you know, and to the point of origin. Then I ask for a body scan. And so they go scan through the body to see what needs healing, and so we go through that too. And I say, well, where are you now? What's happening now? And they explain the healing process of this person and what's happening. And it's coming from the person, they're talking it, you know, they're speaking it, and I'm recording that too. So it's really amazing. It's so honouring and beautiful. And then they might, giving your higher self an opportunity, is there anything which we didn't ask, any questions which this person needs information to know for this current life? And so it's all bringing through information, important information for this current life. That's the important thing. So it's a wondrous journey, but there's always, the bottom line is learning, gaining information for this current life to actually heal and clear and move forward in a more expansive, healthy, healing way for your best higher self and the best higher self of all. So it really is a remembering. It's amazing.
It's fascinating, isn't it, when you have that visualization of something that surprises you. So it's like it happens before your conscious mind is really aware of it. It's a fascinating experience, isn't it?
Yeah. So good.
So if somebody was to attend one of your sessions, do they need to have a certain level of ability for introspection, or, you know, to be able to see and feel inside and to visualize? Is there any requirements?
That's a good question. Often the first thing I might say to them when we're talking is, I ask them to close their eyes and say, now, can you tell me about the steps you took in getting your breakfast? And to describe that. And that's just kind of like imagination and your memory. So if they can remember doing that, they can remember anything, but it takes an inner trust. If they're willing to and able to just let go and just say what they imagine or see or sense, even hear or taste or whatever they sense, if they can just go without any further, then they're going to get a story, they're going to get something from it. So
it's about trusting the process by the sounds.
Yeah, that's right.
So tell us a little bit about how this experience helps in this lifetime?
Right. So we go into a particular lifetime. One I had was being an Indigenous man in Australia, and he met a woman, and another Indigenous woman and from another tribe. She came over, they got together, and then they started a tribe into and continued this tribe and branched off to go near the ocean and separating from the other tribe. But it was about leadership and being authentic and truthful and teaching children. And so that kind of highlights my experience and skills to be heightened in coming through in this current life.
To be able to step into leadership?
Yeah,
Okay.
yes. So that was one aspect. Another aspect was where a lifetime I had. See, I've had swaps and we do meetups and that, so I've experienced quite a few quantum healing hypnotism technique journeys. But one lifetime was where I was in a world war as a pilot, and I had to actually drop bombs on people, and I felt the grief and the waste of the futility of me going along with what the government told me that I had to do it to save country, to save, my country and do it for my country and so on. So that experience of living that and living through it and feeling that when everyone said, wow, we've won, feeling that futility and that falseness of not really winning, because from all that death I created and caused, feeling that grief is often related to the chest, and in the end he died of tuberculosis. So there's like a seed, a point of origin seed of where that happened in a past life. Asking the higher self to clear the point of origin of this tuberculosis, this problem within the breathing, and which is actually kind of seeded and along the layers and levels of time and past lives to be within my lungs. And so if I can, and so my higher self coming through and asking spirit team to clear all that within my chest right through to the point of origin to this man in the war. Mm-hmm. And that made quite a difference in me breathing and not needing medication and stuff like that. So yeah, you can have healing effects. So the lesson I learned in that as a pilot was the futility of war. Mm-hmm. I learned to tune into my inner self. Is this right? Going into war and fighting. Mm-hmm. And so I've had to step up and say no to certain things in this lifetime, knowing things aren't right for me. Mm. And that's been really big and really powerful, and that's kind of transformative, where I haven't actually gone with what I'm told, but I've actually tuned in, questioned it, seen whether it's right in my heart, and from that I've learnt not to do that. So it's interesting to see a change in perspective, how your life changes. And so that was the purpose also for me to see how I actually have progressed in stepping up and saying no, because initially I came into this life and it was, interestingly, I was a police officer. And so I was like, yes, I had to do everything. It wasn't really right for my soul, and I actually got sick. But that sick was a gift for me to actually think, well, I'm going to look at other different healing modalities, which I could feel helping me. Like I started with Reiki, which people often start with energy healing Reiki, and I was brought up very mainstream, so that was all a bit weird and different, and meditation, and so just building on all that healing modalities to actually learn to tune into my soul, to tune into my heart, feel that light energy coming through. Do I feel expanded and light from this decision, or do I feel heavy and suppressed from this decision? So it's powerful. So it's all a journey in us moving forward like that, I think.
So what I'm hearing is that in summary, that doing this training has helped you clear residual energy and old lessons from previous lifetimes, and in regards to how they impact your life today. And that's also helped you to sort of tune in with yourself and help guide the decisions that you make moving forward.
Yes,
right?
Definitely. Yes.
Yeah. Do you have any special events coming up or anything that you would like the Adelaide Hills Holistic Network community to know about?
I have done a past life regression group circle, so I do that spasmodically. So I'm probably building up to doing that, so I'll put that out. So if people want to join me on my Facebook, either personal or Adelaide Hills QHHT, they're welcome to do that, and then I can contact them with that. Yeah, one thing I forgot to say about the QHHT, we were talking before about doing a surrogate, where people can actually do a surrogate where actually they get someone in their family who they feel really needs healing but not able or capable or wanting to come to a QHHT session, but giving permission or getting higher self permission for them to bring their higher self through this person and see what they need, whether it's healing wise or something like that, you know. Or you can even do it for pets, you know, in healing aspects about your pets, or trying to get information on why your pet's behaviour might be like this, you know, what do they need. So it's just amazing and wondrous and empowering.
So what's ahead for you? What's the next stage?
I'm just following my bliss.
Yeah.
And so the next step, if that feels blissful or wonderful or expansive or opening, I'm just following that. That's the next step for me. And yeah, I just feel life's wondrous and getting so much better.
Yeah.
And what you focus on, you magnify. That's a big thing. So if you're going to focus on, oh, this happened in the world, poor me, then you're going to feel pulled down. But if you focus on this happened, what is the meaning of that? What am I learning from that? Then you can step up out of that trauma or that pulling down thing and learn from it and move forward in a more positive, expansive way.
So if people want to connect with you, what is the best way for them to do that?
So probably phoning me or emailing me is, and they can contact me on the website because that comes through with email.
What pearls of wisdom would you like to offer our listeners? What is something that you've learnt on your journey that you would love for people watching to know or to understand?
In essence, listening to what's within you and your heart and your journey, and tuning in, is this right for me? Does it feel light? Does it feel heavy? Is this the direction I want to go into? And also pursuing things which actually empower you to you tuning into what's right for you, for your best higher self and for the higher self of all. That's what I always like to do, for the best higher self of all. That's the best journey to go. So we are actually just spreading love through the world. That's my essence of what I want for everyone. I want everyone to feel that self-love, that love for each other, and just expand that and make a better world, because we're going into a new, wonderful world, and that's so important.
Well, thank you so much for being present today and being able to explain to us all about the wonderful stuff that you do, the Quantum Healing Hypnotism Technique.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you.